Of course, we have often heard the word corruption and seen many examples of corruption cases, ranging from small scale to large scale. But we made this short video in hope to increasing the understanding and how we as citizens of Indonesia respond to corruption. The definition of corruption. The term corruption comes from the Latin corrumpere, corruption, and corruptus.
According to Transparency International, corruption is generally known as the abuse of entrusted power for private gain. Corruption can be classified as grand, petty, and political, depending on the amounts of money lost and the sector where it occurs. Grand corruption consists of acts committed at a high level of government that distort policies or the central functioning of the state, enabling leaders to benefit at the expense of the public good. Next one is petty corruption refers to everyday abuse of entrusted power by low and mid-level public officials in their interaction with ordinary citizens, who often are trying to access basic goods or services in places like hospitals, schools, police departments, and other agencies. Lastly, political corruption is a manipulation of policies, institutions, and rules of procedure in the allocation of resources and financing by political decision makers, who abuse their position to sustain their power, status, and wealth. In Indonesia, the regulation on corruption was initially regulated in Law Number 31 of 1999, concerning eradication of corruption crimes, which was further refined by Law Number 20 of 2001. Corruption can be defined as an against the law with the intention of enriching oneself or another person, which result in detriment of the state or state finances. Next is forms or types of corruption. According to Law of Republic of Indonesia number 20 of 2001 concerning eradication of corruptional crime, there are 30 forms or types of corruption. They are grouped into 7 groups. 1. Offense related to state financial loss is unlawful acts to enrich themselves or abuse authority to benefit oneself and can be detrimental to the country's finances. 2. Offense related to embezzlement in office. The state administration officer embezzles the money, falsifies administrative examination documents, help or self-destruct in evidence.
3. Offense of giving or promising something to the civil servant or state operator or known as bribery. Efforts to bribe from or to state administrator because his or her position is related to the authority that is being carried out. 4. Offense of extortion. Extortion is an act committed by a public servant or state administrator with the intention of benefiting himself or others unlawfully, or by abusing his power to force someone to give something, pay or receive payment in pieces, or to do something for himself. 5. Cheating offense. Fraudulent action by contract supervisor, project supervisor, TNI Polri that are detrimental to the state and the state administration official prevalent. 6. Gratuity offense. The state administration officer receives gratuities related to his position and contradicts his obligation and does not report to the KPK within 30 days of receipt of the gratification. 7. Offense about conflict of interest in procurement. The state administration officer deliberately, either directly or indirectly, participates in the procurement of goods which he manages in the agency or company.
We cannot be denied that corruption is a constant thing in society and occurs in all civilization. Corruption takes many forms and has various impacts on the economy and other aspects of society. The role of society is intended to realize the right and responsibilities of the society in running a state that is clean from corruption. In addition, with this participation, the society will be more eager to carry out the social control over criminal act of corruption. Society participation in efforts to prevent the eradicate corruption is manifest in the form of seeking, obtaining, providing data or information about corruption, and the right to submit suggestions and opinions responsibly toward the prevention and eradication of corruption.